It's warm in here. And it makes the cellos and the violins and the violas and the basses go out of tune. But they always play so well in tune, and I could just hear a hint. And I was like, it's those open strings going out of tune because it's warm in here. Before we proceed to our second song, just want to let you know that your children are amazing. I know at home they don't put their shoes away, do they? and they've got laundry that you're not sure if it's clean or dirty. I have an 8th grader too. I understand. But at school, they are amazing. And, today we were out here rehearsing on the stage, and we finished, and the custodial staff had just started to put the chairs out. And I said, is there, before when we go back, after you put away, if there's anyone who wants to come back and help, the custodial staff put out 200 chairs. Feel free to do that, come back out. And, I think like 9/10 of the group came back out and helped the custodians put chairs out. That's just who they are. That's who they are. They're servants and they're leaders, and they're pretty awesome. So thank you for having awesome kids. And I know I had, when I first started teaching, I, was all of 21 years old, and I had a colleague who had been teaching for 25 plus years. And she said, sometimes students, I heard her say this to a parent in conferences. She said, sometimes when students get home, they just, they let go, It's when they say the things that you're like, don't talk to me like that. And, and they might not put their shoes away, and you're not sure what laundry's what laundry. And they just, they've been holding it together all day. And talk about holding it together. These kids have this class 6th hour of the day. And I'll tell you, it's a long day here at the middle school. It really, it is. They're always engaged. Their minds are always going. They're switching between personalities of teachers, between personalities of classes. And when they come into 6th hour, I just see them flip a switch, and they're like, okay, we know what we're doing. We know what happens here. We know how this works. We know that we're safe amongst each other. And I think that's a powerful, powerful thing, especially in middle school. I wouldn't want to do it again, would you? No. And, it's powerful to have that moment where you come in and you're like, I am amongst friends, but not only am I amongst friends, there are people in here that maybe I'm not friends with, but I'm friendly with, and they're friendly to me. And we're going to work on this one goal and just have this great achievement. And that's what they do every day at the very end of the day. And I'm incredibly proud of them for lots of reasons, but the music they put together and they end up putting, out for a concert is wonderful, but, it's all the behind the scenes things, So it's sort of like if you've ever had like a beautiful piece of artwork and then met the artist and you're like, well, you're not a very nice person. It's like, I don't know if I want to buy your art now. I like it, but I don't know. And, that's not what's happening here. They're working every single day, in the same manner in which they're, putting this concert on tonight. So there's a lot to be said for that for 7th and 8th graders. I think that's pretty awesome. And that comes from you all, too. So thank you very much. A couple quick thank yous. We have Mr. McMillan here tonight from, I didn't say this already, did I? I hope not. Okay. Mr. McMillan's here. He's back in the corner. This first time he's heard this speech. He's probably like, okay, thanks. I got to go home and put my feet up. He's here for our administrative team, and we're so happy to have him here with us here at Discovery this year. Just another wonderful person to be in the building. And our custodial staff makes this happen. They got to come back in and put all the tables back out for lunch and everything, and they just do it with a glow because they know what this is. They know how important this is. And Mr. Friel's here tonight working lights and sound and just making all that sort of thing happen. And Ms. Wyrick is here behind the scenes. She's helping out that night. Mrs. Carnell came over from Schmucker to help out. The point of this is I don't do this alone. It takes a huge team of people. While I'm on the stage with one group, the other groups are coming for attendance and getting, all set up. And I just really appreciate who we are as a team. And I think that reflects directly back to the kids again and how they work together as a team. So, and, again, it's that team with you all too. So thank you so much. If you ever have any questions about anything, I'd like to welcome you to email me. I'm usually pretty good about getting back with you in 24 hours. And if you ever have questions, you're like, I know I should have information on this, but I don't. That Canvas homepage is like gold. There's some buttons at the bottom, and those always have a lot of information. We also have an Orchestra Google site on the Discovery website. If you go to Fine Arts and then just click down, and there's a plethora of information on there too. So But if you ever have a question about anything, need guidance in a private teacher, a lot of these students are 8th graders, and they'll be looking to go to the high school next year, and they'll want to audition, and probably starting to think about private teachers if they haven't already been doing that. There's a list on there, and I'm always happy to help guide you as much as I can. If your student's thinking about they're into a full-size instrument and you're thinking about, we want to purchase an instrument, I'm always happy to help guide you in that as well and go with you and help you with that decision. That's always, I think, sometimes an overwhelming decision. You're like, I don't know anything about this. And so I'm always happy to meet you. Just reach out and we'll make that happen. So our next song is called Jig. All right, before we play our last song, when we're all finished, you're going to have an opportunity to come forward and take pictures. Those of you who have been to the fall concert, I try to do that because it's like your one chance. So the students will stay put and you'll have a chance to take pictures. If you're able, we would love to invite you to help us stack the chairs back on the folding chair racks. And those are right behind you. And I'll pull those out a little bit more so they're a little more accessible. That's really helpful to our custodial staff. Again, really thank you for all your support and making an investment of time, energy, and money into your child and their journey as an orchestra member. Thank you so much.